Hi friends, welcome to Typing Python series. In this video, we're going to talk about the keywords any and all. So let's talk about the any keyword. Any keyword evaluates to true if any one of the items in the supplied list is either true or one. So any statement is like applying an OR statement over a list of items. So let's get started with the tutorial. I'm going to take a blank folder. I'm going to open it with VS Code. I'm going to create a new file. I'll just name it index.py. Let me take three variables. I'll just name them x equal to true. So now I have three variables x and y and z. If I apply any keyword on an array containing these three items, let's see what happens. I'll just create a new variable. I'll just write k equal to any of. Now I'll create a list comprising of these three variables x, y and z. So now you can see I've applied any over a list of variables x, y, z which are true and falses, right? So let me see what k is. I'll just print k. K should be true because among these three items, two items are already true. So for any to be evaluated as true, any one item should be true. Here we have two items as true. So this any function on this list of items should be evaluated to true. So let me try to run and see what happens. I'll just run this. You can see my output is true. Let me try to make only x as true and make y and z as false. If I just save it and run this, you can see still I got the value as true because any one of the items applied to this list is true. That's why k is true. So now let me try to make everything as false. I'll just give all the inputs to any function as false. So now any is operating upon three items which are all false. So now the output should be false. So let me try to run and see the result. Here k is false because not even a single item is applied to any function is true. That's why it is false. So for any function to be evaluated as false, everything should be false. We can also put it this way that even if you supply one item to any as true, it will be evaluated as true. So why is this important? Any function can make your code more expressive and readable. Imagine trying to evaluate at least one item is true from a list of 100 items. You might have to run a for loop, but with any function you just create a list and just write any on that list. So any keyword can make your code more readable and expressive. So let's take another example. So if I just write k equal to any of, I'll just give some conditions in the input. If I say 5 is less than 10, it is true. If I say 20 is less than 50, it's true. If I say 2 into 40 equal to 80, it is true. So instead of giving true false, I have given conditions or expressions which will evaluate true or false. So now the k should be as true. So let me try to print k and see what happens. I'll just print k, it's true. So let me try to give all false conditions and see what happens. I'll say 5 is greater than 10. I'll say 20 is equal to 50, and I'll say 20 star 40 equal to something like 90. So all these statements in this any function are false. So let me try to run this. You can see the value of k is false. Instead of operating on true and false values, you can even supply expressions which will evaluate to true or false and find out if any of one of those expressions is true or false. So this is another use of any keyword. Alright, so now let's try to solve a practical problem using any keyword. Suppose if I have an array of numbers. So now if I have a problem like find if there is at least one element less than 10. We can solve this problem in a single line using the any statement. So let's try to solve this. First I'll create an array called k that will be iterating on each of this number and give out a true and false statement. So if I write x less than 10 for x in numbers, this list comprehension what it does is that it will evaluate the statement x less than 10 for each number in this nums list. So it will be a list of trues and false. So let me try to print and show you how it looks like. I'll just write print of k. So if I run this, I got a list of true and false statements. Here you can see only 5 is less than 10. That's why only the first element is true and all the others are false. So I got a list of true and false statements. So what you can do is now use any keyword on this and confirm whether at least one of the statement is true. So what I can do is any less than 10 equal to any of k. So let's try to print is any less than 10, is any less than 10. So I'll just run it. You can see it's true because we got at least one statement as true. So instead of writing this variable here, I can just directly write any of, and here in this array I'll write x less than 10 for x in numbers, and you can delete these two statements because I've combined those two statements into one statement. Here I've created an array by using each element in the numbers, and I'm executing the function x less than 10. So if it's true, the element will be true. If it's false, the element is false. So we are transforming these numbers into trues and falses using this list comprehension. If you're not aware of how to use list comprehensions, I have created a video on list comprehensions, and I have given the link of that video in the description of this video, so you can check out that. So after transforming these numbers into list of trues and falses, I have just applied any keyword on that. It will be true if at least one of the condition is true. So now if I run this, you can see it's true. I can just write is any less than 10 equal to. So using any keyword, I was able to evaluate if there is at least one number less than 10 in this list of numbers. So the next keyword we are going to talk about is the all keyword. So all keyword evaluates to true only if all the items supplied in the list is true or 1. So all keyword is like applying an AND statement or a list of items. So let's take an example and understand how all works. Suppose if I have three variables like x equal to true, y equal to false, z equal to true. So if I create a variable like k equal to all of, and if I write x, y and z and print k, you can see k evaluates to false because not all the elements x and y and z are true. You can see that y is false. So for all keyword to be evaluated as true, all the elements supplied in the list should be true. Here y is not true, so the statement will evaluate to false. So let me try to run this and see what the output is. You can see the output is false. So but if I make y equal to true, then all the items in this list would be true and k will be evaluated to true. So let me try to run this. You can see now k is evaluated to true. So this way all statement will evaluate to true only if all the supplied values in the array are true. Just like the previous example, here also we can see I have given some conditions and I am evaluating with all. So here you can see the first condition is correct, 0 less than 5, but second condition is false and the third condition is true. So let me try to run this. You should get false because the second statement is not true. All will evaluate to true only if all the statements are evaluating to true, but this is not true because 20 is not greater than 50, right? So if I run this, k value will be false. But if I make this 20 less than 50 and just save it and run this, now you can see my output is true. So this way, using all keyword, you can evaluate whether all the statements supplied to the list are true or not. So let's take another practical example. So if I have a list of numbers something like this, and if you want to check if all the numbers in this list are greater than 50 or not, I can use the all keyword to compactly and expressively write that code. Let's create a variable called is all greater than 50, and here if I write all of, and here I have to supply a list of elements which corresponds to each of this element is greater than 50 or not. I can do that using a list comprehension. I'll just write x greater than 50 for x in numbers. Using this list comprehension statement, I'm transforming each of this element in this numbers list with a true or false value if it is greater than 50 or not. So that means this element will be evaluated to false, this will be evaluated to false, this will be evaluated to true, and so on. So since the first two elements in this numbers list will be evaluated to false, the all statement on all these elements will be evaluated to false because all statement will be true only if everything is true, and here these two first numbers will not be true because they are not greater than 50. So this way I am creating an array of elements in which the first two elements will be false, and that's why when I run the all statement in that, I will get a false. So let me try to print this and show you. You can see I've seen it evaluated to false. Suppose if I write something numbers like greater than 50 here and run this, you can see it's evaluated to true because all the numbers are greater than 50. This way, using any and all keywords, I can expressively run iterative functions on inspecting the elements of list. You can see I've created a blog post on any and all keywords in Python, and I've given you the examples also so that you can copy paste and practice it for yourself. So be sure to check out the link of this blog post in the description of this video. Hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.